Do people in Canada have cable, like other people?
We keep this up in the playoffs. I don't care.
And at Chili's. Is it a Chili's?
Achilles.
Finally.
You don't know that?
Fuck you! Get this guy the fuck out of here!
Alright, well, coming in at number 5, I got Anthony Stolars.
Now! Jets are winning the cup!
Thank you for watching and listening. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to an episode of the NordCast. It is Wednesday, August 20th, 2025. I am your host here, Nordic 97, joined with Carter. Carter, how we doing?
Doing pretty well. It's been like a really long week so far, and we're only on Tuesday. I got 12 straight days of work coming up. I'm 2 days into it now, and I already hate it. So that's it's not a lot of fun, but you got to do what you got to do to get the long weekend off.
I'm coming off of 15 straight days, so I feel your pain. As soon as I got back from vacation, I just started working every single day. But I get paid on Friday. Oh, that paycheck's
that's gonna be nice.
That's gonna be beautiful. Paycheck. Absolutely beautiful. And then we got Jack here. Jack, how we doing?
Doing good. Back at school.
Yeah, so you missed our 1 year anniversary last week.
3 years.
Sorry, I'm behind. And you said you were going to make a video, but you didn't. So do you want to?
Oh, shoot, you're right.
Words now about 3 years of the podcast.
Yeah, pressure's on.
Pressure's on, buddy.
Yeah, pressure is on. I'm on the spot right now. Anyways, I can't. I genuinely cannot believe it's been 3 years. That's crazy to think that this was before I was in college and all that, before I graduated high school, and here we are, sophomore year of college, and still going at it. So thank you to everyone for listening. Thank you guys for being consistent with it, and yeah.
Hey, we ain't gonna stop. We're gonna keep going.
Yep.
I don't really care about the viewership or the money or anything like that. I'm having fun. I'm having a good time doing this, making the list and stuff. So we're gonna keep on doing that. But, yeah, we got some special things planned here today. I'm going to turn it over to Carter, who's going to tell us what the main bulk of this episode is going to be about. Carter, take it away.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the start of kind of, I guess, a series, you can call it. But as we're getting closer to the season, the NordCast crew has given me their top 10 goalies. Now, I put every single goalie in a consensus, gave them points, everything like that, and just to kind of make everything, line up and get our consensus. So we're going to run through our consensus top 10 here. Going to start off with honorable mentions and then work our way up from 10 to 1. So you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
You ready for this? All right. So our first honorable mention, we have 3 of them. So our first honorable mention here is Mackenzie Blackwood. Jack, you are the only one to have Mackenzie Blackwood on your list. You had him at 10. Talk about Mackenzie Blackwood here. Why is he in your top 10?
Well, he's in my top 10 because he's still a young guy. I think he has a lot to prove, and I think what I was basing it off of is how I think they'll do next year, and I think that's what you guys did too. That's the whole point of it. But yeah, I think he's gonna crack the top 10. And I mean, he's got a solid defense that'll help his stats out. And it's a good Colorado team in front of him, so that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't hate that at all.
Okay.
Nerd, you got anything?
Why I don't have him in my top 10?
Yeah, go for it.
So I don't have him in my top 10. He's actually just outside. Let me pull up my list here real quick. I believe, I had him not too far back. I had him 16th out of my top 20. I think he definitely had a year where he really improved. He's getting better. I had him higher than he was last year for my rankings, just not worthy of being in my top 10 just yet. So, but yeah, Jack, I don't disagree with you. I think that he's still got a lot more to prove, and I think that this past year in Colorado, after the season in San Jose, he put up some very good numbers, and he was not the problem in the playoffs either for Colorado. I just want to preface that.
No, they went up against a very stacked Dallas team, so I think, with a full year under his belt in Colorado, we could see him creep into all of our top 10s. Yeah. Our next guy that we have here, both me and Nordic had him at 10. He is also an honorable mention. Philip Gustafson just did not crack into our top 10s here. Me and Nordic, the only ones to have him. Jack, you did not. Nordic, Philip Gustafson, talk to me about him. What makes him a top 10 goalie?
Yeah, I was a big fan of Gustafson this past year. I think that essentially you look at his career numbers, besides I think it was 23-24, so last season, he has put up some very good numbers every single year. Ever since he's come to Minnesota, has put up above, I think, a .905, I'm pretty sure, except for this last year. Has just overall been solid, and I thought in the playoffs, too, he was very effective for Minnesota, and I think that he definitely is deserving of being in the top 10, but I can understand why he wouldn't be in somebody else's top 10, because he definitely does have his inconsistencies, I would say, so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of hit the nail on the coffin there. I think that he was definitely a bright spot on that Wild roster this year. I liked him. I thought he looked good. I think he's definitely one of the more underrated goalies in the league. I think with the situation he's in, he doesn't, necessarily get the shine he deserves, but I think that he's definitely a great goalie. Yeah, coming in at our last honorable mention here, Nordic, the only one to have him on his list. He had him at 9. We have Dustin Wolf. Nordic, after an incredible rookie year, I'm assuming you're expecting a big follow-up here. Talk to me about Dustin Wolf.
I am assuming a big follow-up next year. I just think that this kid, he had a phenomenal rookie year. There's no arguing it. You look at the numbers. He was a Calder finalist. He almost carried Calgary to the playoffs. Without Dustin Wolf, I don't think Calgary even sniffs the playoffs. I'm being honest with you. I just don't see them making it if it's somebody else in net there for Calgary. Just their overall goal scoring was so mediocre this past year. Their defense was all right, but again, Dustin Wolf carried a lot of the workload, and I think without him, Calgary doesn't make the playoffs. So a lot of my reasoning for him being that high is based off of the sole value he brought to the Flames. I can understand, though, why people are like, I don't know about having him in the top 10 just yet. So I can get behind not having him in the top 10, but honestly, if it's my own list, I think he should be.
Yeah, I agree. I think I had him kind of just outside. If I was fighting between him and Gustafson, no matter who I would have picked, they would not have made this top 10. But I think that Dustin Wolf is going to have a great year. I am a little concerned because I feel like some goaltenders tend to have sophomore year slumps, especially even regular players too. So we'll have to see what happens with him there, but I'm definitely excited for the sophomore leap, slump, whatever happens. I think he's going to be good next year, but we'll see what happens. Jack, anything on Dustin Wolf or Gustafson? I know you didn't have either of these guys in your top 10, but do you have anything on them?
Yeah, I didn't have anything on Wolf, but I mean, you did add the sophomore slump is a very common thing in any sport, really. But yeah, I mean, for a goalie, I don't know if we'll see that. For a forward or a defenseman, I think we might see that. It's a little more common in those positions, I'd say, just because people figure out the playing styles and all that. But honestly, I'm looking forward to Wolf having another good year.
Yeah, I agree. All right, getting into the top 10 here. The fun times are about to start. At number 10, the only one to have him on their list, Jack Polko.
Oh, God.
You solely are the only reason that Freddie Anderson is in the top 10.
God.
You had him all the way up at 6. Me and Nordic did not have him in our top 10s. Mm-hmm. You had him all the way at 6. And what makes Freddie Anderson a top 6 goalie?
Oh, well, honestly, I expected you guys to have him in the top 10, but
I didn't.
I mean, he's a veteran guy, consistent, and he has his ups and downs in terms of years. And I think this is going to be an up year for him. He's got a good team in front of him. And yeah, I mean, I think he's going to have a great year. And he didn't even have that bad of a year last year. So
no, he wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I had him just outside of my top 20. If I can make my top 20 list again, I'd probably have him in there. He definitely should be in there over somebody who I had at that point. I think I had guys like Vizmelka or Stolars. He'd definitely be better than those guys. So I won't disagree with that. But anyways, if you guys have any more thoughts on that.
Honestly, I have nothing. I
can't
when
believe I didn't put Stolars in.
Is Stolarz in the top 10? Oh, God.
Stolars is not in the top 10. Don't worry. Stolars did not make
Oh,
it.
the Nordcast.
Jack did not have Stolars at 1 and is the
Dude, I
sole
should've.
reason.
Should have.
All right. So, yeah, that was kind of like the biggest twist that I saw. As soon as Jack sent it, I was like, oh my, this is going to be a fun one. But it was coming in at number 9. Both me and Jack had this guy. I had him at 9. Jack had him at 7. We have Logan Thompson of the Washington Capitals. Nordic, you did not have Logan Thompson. I like Logan Thompson. I thought he had a really good year last year. I don't think he carried the Capitals as much as, a lot of people think. But I mean, with what we expected of him, he absolutely blew it out of the water. I thought he was unbelievable. He played great, and looked very good, and was not the sole reason, but he was a big reason that Washington was as successful as they were last year. Jack, you had Thompson too. You had him at 7. What made him a top 7 goalie in your eyes?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, huge reason why Washington made it in the playoffs, and I don't think anybody expected them to really make that kind of a run last year. And I mean, weren't they the number 1 seed?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the number 1 seed, and I mean, you have to look at the goaltending there. I think splitting time with, who was the Capitals backup?
Charlie Lindgren.
Yeah, I think splitting time with Lindgren helps that a little bit, just health wise and keeping him, stable. But yeah, Thompson should have another great year.
Nordic, over to you. You did not have him in your top 10. Did he make your top 20 though?
He did make my top 20. See, I had very weird. Sorry, I'm just writing stuff down. He had very weird. I had very weird criteria. I was basing it off the last 3 years, and for that reason, Thompson wasn't that high. Honestly, though, I see the vision for having him higher. Just of this year, he just wasn't able to make it. He was, I think, 13, I believe. So there you go. He was just outside for me, at least. Yeah. Kind of.
All right. So very, very solid there. Number 8, we all had this guy on our list. I had him at 7. Nordic and Jack, you had him at 8. We have UC Saros coming in here. He was tied with our guy at 7, but we'll get to our guy at 7 here in a little bit. But guys, what do you think of UC Saros? Is he primed for a good year? Nashville was utter garbage last year, but could we see him kind of bounce back and help Nashville maybe be a little bit better next season?
It was not his fault at all.
They
were bad this year.
That's a guy that is just ready for a bounce back year, and maybe not Nashville as a whole, but I think Saros has, proven himself enough to kind of fans know that, he's back in this. So
he didn't even put up that bad of numbers. He wasn't like he put up absolutely terrible numbers for the 3rd worst team in the National Hockey League. So yeah. I am not very I wasn't that low on him. I tried to be very careful with the goaltenders who had rough years this past year, like Swayman. I don't think he's in the top 10. Probably not for this consensus this year. But I had him just outside of my top 10. I think we kind of beat the nail too much on a goaltender when they have a rough season, especially when they're on a rough team. And I think Saros was, without a doubt, not the reason why they were losing games this year. I think, to be honest with you, I'm pretty sure he led the NHL in shutouts. He still had decent numbers despite being on a very bad team. I'm going to look right now. Besides Connor Hellebuck, he was 3rd. Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, so not bad for him. I agree. I don't think last year was Saros' fault. He was on a very bad team. And I mean, I think we kind of had to use the same criteria for Shesterkin, right? I mean, he's an amazing goalie, but was on a very bad team. Eventually, we'll get to Igor Shesterkin here in a little bit. But we kind of used the same criteria for him. The Rangers were bad in front of him, and it's the same thing with Nashville. They didn't really play well defensively in front of him, and they also couldn't score. So his win-to-loss ratio wasn't that good, but I still think that he's definitely a top 10 goalie for sure.
Okay.
Moving on here, number 7, we have Jordan Binnington. Ooh. Left off of Jack's list. I had him all the way up at 5. Nordic, you had him all the way down at 7. Jack, not a thing. what makes Binnington not a top 10 goalie, and can you confirm that it is not Blackhawks bias?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, it is.
A little bit. I mean, I can't stand the guy. But last year kind of came out of nowhere. And I think the question for me is it sustainable? And right now I'd say no. Simple as that.
I will counter that and say that before those couple of years, yeah, his numbers were going down. Besides from 21-22, he did have good numbers in that year, or maybe it was 22-23. Not 100% sure. But again, I think this guy showed this year that he can be relied on as a goaltender, especially in, the Four Nations, during the playoffs for St. Louis. He was very solid. Carter can attest to that. I think that, again, this guy is definitely worthy of being in the top 10. He just gets hated on because of the things that happened the last couple of years ago. Him trying to fight Marc-Andre Fleury, you can just look it up. There's probably a YouTube video of all the bullshit he's done. But he's really cleaned up his game since that time. So I think that's not the reason why that he shouldn't be in a top 10 list. That's the reason why people don't like him. So I think that you look at his numbers, you can't argue him not being in the top 10. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I might be a little bit biased just based on the fact that, I watched him absolutely, manhandle the Jets, make every save imaginable, and was unbelievable. Yeah. Going into the Four Nations, I remember I kind of talked about him oh, this is our goalie. We need someone better, all this and that. But when it comes time to being clutch, there is almost no other goalie I would rather have than Jordan Binnington. This guy just screams gamer. Four Nations final, everyone was hating on him. He comes in clutch, makes so many big saves, and wins a gold medal. Then they go on a crazy hot streak in the NHL with St. Louis, and he's a big part of that too. And then they make the Stanley Cup playoffs, and he keeps them in so many games. A lot of the games against the Jets, the Jets had no business winning some of those games, and he kept it close. He played so good. You take out every goal, or not every goal, you take in every tip-in goal outside of Cole Perfetti's from the first, he pitches almost a shutout. Bad bounces cost St. Louis that game, which I can admit now. He's such a good goalie. He's an absolute gamer. And I think this year, it's sustainable. I think, yes, did he lose in heartbreaking fashion? A lot of teams can't recover from that. Yeah, it kind of happens. But Jordan Binnington is built for the clutch moments, and I have no doubt in my mind that he will come back with an even better performance. So that's my stance on Jordan Binnington.
Yeah, I think that, again, we forget that, St. Louis is literally, a second away from the second round. We forget that. And a lot of that, a lot of it was bad luck, but the reason why they were shutting down the Jets' offense for a lot of the time was Jordan Binnington. So, again, I think there's a lot of credit that needs to be due there.
I agree. He's a heck of a goalie. All right, coming into our number 6 spot, almost into the top 5 here. Just missing out, we have Ilya Sorokin. Nordic, you were the highest on Sorokin. You had him all the way up at 5. I had him at 7, and Jack had him at 8. So, Nordic, what makes Sorokin a top 5 goalie?
Yeah, I just think that the Islanders were not a great team this past year. I think without Sorokin, the Islanders are substantially worse. I think because of Sorokin, the Islanders have some sort of shot of making the playoffs. If Sorokin isn't there, I don't think that team even sniffs the Stanley Cup playoffs. So I just want to preface that. I think that, again, maybe I'm a little bit too high on him, but I just overall think his numbers throughout his career have been very, very good. Only one year where I've been not that great, where he got overrode by Varlamov for the net. But besides that, he kept the Carolina series close, even though they were obviously, 5-game series most of the time. Again, I think that he's still a very good goaltender. Just because he's on a bad team, kind of like Nashville, doesn't mean you should rank him lower. And there's something in that water that makes those Russian goalies good, because he's a part of that for sure. My God. So, just want to preface that.
Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sorokin's had, two good years now? And him and Shesterkin, it's been a fun battle between those two for the better goalie in New York.
And they're best friends too. Like
They are, yeah.
they like love each other, but like the
Mhm.
teams hate each other. It's
The
kind of
fans
what
hate
it
each
is.
other.
Yeah, so that is kind of funny. Carter, what are your thoughts on Sorokin?
Yeah, I mean, I like Sorokin. I think that he's a great goalie. My only concern is like he lost his net a few years ago. I mean, that's not like a big thing anymore because obviously a lot of goalies lose the net sometimes. He's looked good lately. I'm just a little worried about sometimes he seems a little inconsistent with kind of his play where one year he looks really good. The next year he's kind of shaky a little bit. Then he's like amazing. He plays like a top 5 goalie and then it just kind of dies down. And I'm just kind of worried that this year could be one of his years. I still think he's an amazing goalie. I think he's definitely, as we can see, he's a top 10 goalie for sure. He's very good. I like him. He's just on a crappy situation for like the last little bit, but he has been a big bright spot and kind of the reason that, well, I guess other than this year because they got the first overall pick, but why the Islanders have kind of been fluctuating at that mid-level to not tanking. So I think that Sorokin's a big part of that.
Totally agree. Yeah, totally agree.
All right, moving into our top 5 here. At number 5, we have Jake Ottinger. Jack, you had him at your top 5. Me and Nordic had him at 6. So, Jack, what makes Ottinger a top 5 goalie in your eyes?
Yeah, Otter's been great for Dallas ever since he's came into the league, really. I mean, right when he got up, he's just been making saves left and right. And, I mean, the dude had a great playoffs. And, I mean, he's one of the more consistent guys. Like I said, Saros is pretty consistent. I'd say Otter is similar to him. He's like the American version of Saros.
That's a funny way to look at it. Yeah. I won't disagree. I think again, Ottinger has proven like time and time again that he is a great goaltender. I think there's no arguing it. I am still at disbelief that they pulled him in Game 5 or was it 6 of the playoffs last year.
5.
So I definitely think that again he was not deserving of that. He's been phenomenal and very, very consistent throughout his career. Definitely.
I agree. I think Jake Ottinger's been, one of the best American goalies of like the last little bit here. He's definitely, second best for, a good reason. I like him. I think he's really good. He's, as you said, Jack, he's very consistent. He doesn't really seem to have very many shaky moments. He kind of did a little bit in the second round where he looked a little bit shaky. So in my head, that kind of dropped him a little bit, but I still think regular season and a little bit into the playoffs, he's very good, super consistent. I love him. I love the way he plays. I am a little concerned about him getting pulled in Game 5 last year. I don't know what that's going to do to him mentally. So we will have to see on that. But I don't think it's going to be too big of an issue. So I think I like Ottinger right here at 5. I think it's a good spot for him here.
Yeah, I think it's a fair placement. I had him, I think, 6, but it's fine.
You did. Yeah.
Either or.
You had him at 6. So.
It's not like there's a
not
massive
bad.
difference between him and Sorokin. So,
No.
say that.
Yeah, that's totally fair to say. Coming in at number 4, we are about to start our stretch of the Russians here. Coming in at number 4, we have Igor Shesterkin. All 3 of us had him at 4. That's what I meant to say. All 3 of us had him at 4.
What?
So that is consistent across the board. Igor Shesterkin is a top 4 goalie, as decided on by the NordCast crew. Guys, what are you going to tell me here on Igor Shesterkin? Other than it is not his fault that he has crappy numbers.
Yeah, I'll let Jack go first.
Yeah, I mean, you hit it. It's not his fault. And, I mean, he could easily be higher on this list, in my opinion. I think a year ago, you could argue he's the best goalie in the league. So, I mean, Igor is awesome. So
A year ago, in my opinion, he was. He was number 1 a year ago. So I think, again, like, I look at him this past year with the Rangers, I don't think it really was his fault. Without the contract looming over him now for what it was for the part of the season, I just think he kind of got overtaken by some other goaltenders on the list, in my opinion, and the fact that he also had some rough stats, it's going to decrease your rankings. But I still think when he's at his best, he is a top 3, if not the best goaltender in the NHL. So I have zero doubts for that whatsoever. we'll see what next year brings, but I'm still high on Shesterkin. I think he can be a phenomenal goalie next year.
I agree. This season was not his fault. He's still unbelievably athletic. He's still making the highlight reel saves, but sometimes it just gets to be too much when you don't have defense helping clear guys out of the front of the net, tying guys up and everything like that. So he's definitely the not his fault goalie. He's amazing. He's really good. Just gotta get him some defense, which we'll see if the Rangers kind of did this offseason.
I guess so. I mean, Gavrikov, I think, will be a good addition, but you really don't know. So I guess we're going to have to see.
Yeah, we will find out. Coming in at number 3, me and Nordic had him at 3. Jack, you had him at 2. We have Andrei Vasilevsky here at 3. I think that he is an unbelievable goalie. I think that there's debates about kind of the top 3. I guess top 4, you could kind of pick and choose your guy, and you're not usually wrong. Andrei Vasilevsky is one of the most proven goalies in the NHL. He's been top of his game for a consistent period of time, probably for like the last 5 years. It feels like he's been one of the top, if not longer. So he's unbelievably athletic. He plays the net so well, and it's very hard to beat him with any sort of shot. So I don't know. I'll hand it over to you guys. Andrei Vasilevsky, what do you got?
Yeah, for Vazzy, I think he's a phenomenal goaltender. He is probably one of the best goalies I've ever seen. The only reason why he is lower for me than compared to you guys is because of the last year's playoffs. The last 2 seasons in the playoffs, he has not been the greatest. Even last year, he was kind of when you look at his overall numbers. So I think he definitely is a top 3 goaltender. You could argue him too. I'm not going to say he's not, but I think the other goalie in Florida is better than him. I'm just going to say it.
Jack, you have anything? Or are you just going to sit there and...
No, I mean, he hit it right on. But yeah, Vasi, as you said, kind of a down year in the last 2 playoffs. Well, lower than what's expected from him. But I mean, the guy's going to be a legend in Tampa once it's all said and done. Might even get his jersey retired. So,
yeah. Not, I was gonna say bold statement, but that's not a bold statement. I think that he's one of the best goalies in their history by far.
Oh, he is. Who else comes close?
Nobody.
Ben Bishop.
Ben Bishop. That's it.
He was good, but not that good.
I
know.
He's not getting in there. No, he's with him.
No, Vasi is a Conn Smythe, so we can kind of put that to rest. Coming in at number 2, me and Nordic had him at 2. Jack, you had him at 3. Sergei Bobrovsky, back-to-back Stanley Cup champion, 3 straight Cup final appearances. He lost his net at one point during the playoffs, but since he's gotten it back, it has been all Bobrovsky for... It doesn't even matter how long. He was on track to win a Conn Smythe last year before he kind of fell off, I guess, or before Edmonton got hot. He is such a good goalie, man. Like, we take out this top guy, and obviously, according to us, he is, but Bobrovsky is one of the best playoff goalies in the NHL. It's not really a question. I've talked about Jordan Binnington, about how he comes up clutch. Sergei Bobrovsky is clutch, man. This guy is unbelievable. Jack, I'm going to hand it over to you. You had him at 3. Kind of give me your comparison between him and Vasilevsky. What led you to put Vasi over Bob? What kind of led you to drop Bob down? What do you got?
Wait, did I have Bob lower than Vasi?
You did.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, looking back at that, I would flip-flop that. Just because I think, Bob has been a huge reason for the 2 cups in Florida. So I think I would put Bob slightly over Vasi, even though my list says different.
Wow.
We changed him, Nordic. We changed him.
Yeah.
He got scared.
I could see
a little bit.
I could see why you would have Vazzy over Bobrovsky. I see the argument. I mean, I think Vazzy has better accolades, better overall career stats. Again, my biggest thing and my biggest motto with Vazzy, every time I would talk about him, is I would say he doesn't have the sexiest playoff numbers in terms of on paper. Vazzy, I think, has better playoff stats career-wise. But when Bobrovsky locks in, he can lock in. Like, he is unbelievable when he can lock in. All I think about with that is Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. That was insane last 2 years ago. So just unbelievable stuff from him. He's a playoff goaltender. He doesn't have the greatest stats in the regular season, which is understandable, but he's phenomenal in the playoffs. Again, like Florida, they're great when it matters. So I just want to say that.
I agree. I think that he's great when it matters too. Coming in at number 1, unanimous across the board, the reigning Vezina Trophy winner, the reigning Hart Trophy winner,
Yep.
Mr. Connor Hellebuck.
Kind of Hellebuck.
Super awesome to see. I'm going to let you guys start this off. Let me enjoy every nice thing you have to say about Connor Hellebuck.
Don't get too
And we
excited.
can just you say anything about his playoff numbers and we are going to fight.
Yeah, I mean, I think he got better in the playoffs this year. Like, I think that, like, again, his stats weren't great, but they were better than they were last year. He actually played pretty well in the second round. The second round was way better than the first round, so I just want to say that. Overall, his offense his overall numbers are just great. Like, I mean, there's really no other way to argue it. You just can look at the stats on your own and you see them. He led the league in goals against, save percentage, shutouts, everything. He was phenomenal. He had just above a 2 goals against average, I believe. But there was a point where he had, like, way below it. So, again, I do want to preface that. Again, Hellebuck, very good goaltender. There is no question of that. He is the best goalie in the league. So, no doubt.
Yeah, he's the best in the league, and I mean the numbers say that they prove it. So, no other way to put it.
Yep.
Yeah. He plays the game in such like a unique way that not a lot of goalies do. So it's very hard for shooters to beat him. You got to get guys in front to beat him, and that's kind of, unfortunately a downfall of his just because he plays so deep in his net and everything like that. So he is the best goalie in the NHL. I think he's got back-to-back Vezinas. Now got a Hart Trophy under his belt, which not a lot of goalies do. The first one since Carey Price. He's unbelievably impressive and the brightest spot on this Winnipeg Jets team by far, and it's not even close. So, any final thoughts on the consensus top 10? Anything you guys want to say?
Was there anything that surprised you guys? I was surprised that Anderson's in the top.
Yeah, Freddie Anderson is like the only big shock here.
You know who's not in it that I'm a little bit shocked? Olmark. Because I feel like Olmark probably could have been in there. It's definitely...
Swayman too, maybe?
Who too?
Swayman?
Swayman, yeah, you could argue that. I had him just outside of my top 10, so it's not...
Yeah. For going into next year, I think he could be one. But
yeah,
he didn't make it. All right, rounding out the top 10, just going to rattle through it, 10 through 1. Just going to start with the honorable mentions. We had Blackwood, Gustafson, and Wolf all as honorable mentions. Going 10 to 1, we had Freddie Anderson, Logan Thompson, UC Saros, Jordan Binnington, Ilya Sorokin, Jake Ottinger, Igor Shesterkin, Andrei Vasilevsky, Sergei Bobrovsky, and Connor Hellebuck.
It's a good list.
Good. That's not a bad list, honestly.
Yeah,
so we'll take that.
They're a very good list. All right, so that's it for that. We're going to round out here with some baseball talk just to do this. Again, we'll get into the hockey stuff very, very soon, but we're going to hop into some of the baseball talk here. We're going to do our August World Series predictions. I forgot to tell Jack to make the baseball power rankings for this week. So Jack,
I'll get that to you for the Instagram.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you. So you can do that tonight or whenever. I completely forgot. But let's do our World Series predictions. We're going to start off with who we think is going to come out of the National League first. So let's hop right into that. So I'll go to Carter to start off. Who do you have coming out of the National League?
Oh man, I wanna go with the Phillies, but for some reason they're not very great in the playoffs. Kind of over the last little bit. I am going to take the hottest team in the MLB right now, the Milwaukee Brewers. Even though they did just lose today.
They're bigger chokers than the Phillies.
You think so? I don't watch a lot of baseball outside of like the Phillies and Blue Jays.
But
They
the
can't
Cubs-
make it out
Cubs
the
are
first
gonna make
round.
it though, right?
You don't think they'll make it out the first round?
Nope.
Yo, I
All
have
right,
a gut feeling.
hold on. Then I'm gonna switch. I'll switch to the Phillies, and I'm gonna go the bias route.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go the
They-
Jack Polko
Phillies-
classic
They
route.
make more sense than the Brewers. I mean, Brewers are just unethical baseball.
Just get the pancakes out, man.
Yeah, Brewers are playing
Thank
such
you.
good baseball right now, and I have a feeling that is going to go downhill when they reach Game 1 of the National League semis. So, just want to preface that. Dodgers, you can't count out the Dodgers either. They are still there. The Mets, you cannot count out either. I don't know. Like, I want to go Phillies so badly.
I would count out the Dodgers.
You would count out the Dodgers?
You
Their pitching, man. Their
you want to
pitching
know?
is brutal.
You want to know what stat I saw today? I saw a stat today. It was since July 4th. I don't know exactly when this was uploaded. I'm assuming it was pretty recent because we're already in August. Since July 4th, the LA Dodgers are 15-22. You want to know who has a better record than them by one game? The Colorado Rockies.
Oh, really?
They are 16-22 since July 4th. So, I don't know, man. Dodgers
They're not
are...
going to get worst team of all time.
No, they're not. They've been hot lately, man. They're at 36 wins already.
Yeah, White Sox will hold that record.
Bro. Yeah, White Sox will forever hold that record.
Little bro.
I'll go with the Phillies coming out of the National League, and then Jack.
I'm going to go with the Padres.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's a good team right there. Their bullpen additions, my gosh. I mean, if they have a lead going into the 5th or 6th inning, it's game over. Simple.
Yeah, they have been cooking recently.
They got good
That's what
depth.
you need in the playoffs. That's the most important part in the playoffs is pitching.
What about the American League? There's some good teams in the American League who I think have a chance. At least, I have at least like 4 teams in my mind that can do it.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a toss-up than the NL, like, by far.
So Carter, who are you?
I have to start.
Yeah, you do.
I do? Okay. I don't know, man. There's a lot of teams that are good in this one. Again, it's so tight. Every division is close outside of this AL Central. Like, Detroit's kind of running away with that division because every other team there kind of stinks. Yeah, they're not very good. But I am sticking with the Jack Polko route, and I am taking the Toronto Blue Jays.
Ooh.
For some reason, they got really hot, and they're cooling off now, but that just means they're going to get hot again.
I
It's a
hope
streaky
so.
game.
God, I hope
That's
so.
that's all it is baseball's very streaky. Is one thing that I've kind of learned is like there's a lot of teams that win like 10 or whatever, and then they'll lose like the next 3.
It's not
And then
just that; it's the players too.
Yeah, especially if you lose your confidence, you're done. There's so many that like, yeah, it's nuts. It's probably the streakiest sport, honestly, by far.
I got Detroit. I will not. I will not. Yeah, Scooball is fucking unreal.
Scooball's an automatic.
He's
win.
ridiculous, dude.
It's an automatic win when he's on the mound.
I will not disagree that they are in an awful division, but I can't. Like Scooball,
They can't control that.
Yeah, you can't control
No.
that guy. He's unbelievable this year. So, and then Jack, you're last up.
I'm gonna go Astros.
Oh, we're all.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Jack!
It pains me to say it, but it's a team that's been there before. They brought back Correa and
Yeah.
experienced team.
You disappoint me sometimes.
Well, I just disappointed myself too.
Yeah. Well, he wanted to
You
go.
disappointed me more.
He wanted to go with the Cubs, but the Cubs have been playing some of the worst baseball ever recently.
Yeah, my pick might change in 2 weeks, but right now the
Well,
Cubs.
I would not to the slightest if your pick changes in 2 weeks when the Cubs go on a 5-game winning streak. Cubs.
Well, the schedule is favorable in the next couple
Oh,
weeks.
five games he's going to change? Just give them 2 straight wins, and he's going to be like,
If you
I've
win
been
the last
saying
3 games,
World Series this year. And we're going to be like, dude, you literally said like a week ago, burn the team.
Don't you? Yeah, you were. Oh my God, you were like.
All right,
losing
if
your
we win these
mind.
last 3 games against the Brewers, maybe my mind will change a little bit. But
You just said the Brewers are like first round exits, so basically you're playing
Oh, they're
you're not
a good
playing
team.
playoff competition though.
They'll get the 1 seed. They'll get the best record in the league. But when it comes to
In the
playoffs,
league, no chance.
yeah, they'll get the best record.
Aren't they
in the league?
No, they are the best in the league.
No, the Cubs.
No, I'm talking about the Brewers.
Oh, okay.
The
I was gonna
Brewers are
go
the
in.
best in the league.
Yeah,
the
I know
Brewers
that,
are
but I
finished
thought
with the
he was talking about the Cubs.
Yeah, they are.
No.
Yeah. All right.
No, the Brewers will win the division. They'll get the 1 seed, but I don't think they make it out of the first round. How that team's built.
So hold on, they're not gonna make it out the first round, but they get the 1 seed, which is a bye.
Well, the NLDS is what I mean. But
You said first round. You said first round. Oh,
NLDS.
we
NLDS.
caught him in a pickle, Nordic. He doesn't know what to do.
I don't like having to have the bye. I feel like the bye makes you cold. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah,
That's why, like, when the Phillies started running away from the Mets, I'm like, I wasn't like that. So,
Yeah.
All right. So that being said, we got our finals matchups. Carter has Philadelphia and Toronto in the finals. Carter.
Not biased at all.
No, not bias. You got your Canada bias and your actual other bias. So anyway, Carter.
If for some reason, if that does happen, I will be attending some sort of game. I will take time off work. I don't care.
You're going to go all the way to Toronto for the World Series?
Or I'll go to Philly.
Good luck with... Dude, the tickets are insane. You have to take out a loan just to go to the NLDS. It's wild.
Okay, and I'm working 12 straight shifts.
Yes, I understand. Are you working 12 straight shifts every single week for the next fucking 5 months? Because that's when
Well, I hope you realize that 12 shifts in a week is impossible, so...
Yeah, no, I realized that after I said
that's okay though. It's late. It's not like it's
not like it's
6:30.
Okay, anyway, Carter, you have Philadelphia and Toronto in the World Series. Who is taking that and how many games?
No one. The world's gonna explode before then.
Such a bitch.
Thank you.
You're such a
No. I'll take the Phillies.
All right, Phillies and how many games?
7.
Okay.
6-7.
6-7. All right, and then Jack, I'll let you go. You got the Padres and the Astros. Who's won in that series?
I'll go. Oh man, I'll go Padres in 7. I said Padres. Padres is what I
The
mean.
Padros.
Padros.
That's a good new name.
Oh yeah. All right, and then I'm gonna take Philadelphia over Detroit in 6. So that's not gonna age well, probably. But anyway,
No.
All right, we're nailing that on the bulletin board.
All
Don't
right.
forget.
That's scary.
Change them at any point.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Can we change them?
Yes, you
Yeah.
can change
Can
it.
can I text you after this slate of games and change my pick?
Yeah, after tonight.
Mariners beat the Phillies tonight. Screw it, they're losing in the NLDS. But yeah,
Hold on, I'm gonna have to see how the Blue Jays warm up today, and then I'll get back to you on
who did the Jays play today?
the Pirates.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, did you see that guy get kicked out?
Tommy Pham.
Oh my gosh, he's not playing today because of
They
it.
didn't put him in the lineup.
Did you guys see the fight yesterday? I saw it from the pitcher's mound. I saw all the pitchers coming running out of the mound and joining the fight. Did
Wait,
guys
you were
see
there?
that? In the Pirates Blue Jays.
Oh yeah.
All
Yeah.
the pitchers ran out of the mound and ran
Yeah.
across the field and joined
Well-
the fight.
Dude, what's he doing? Bat flipping a walk.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
little weird.
That's super lame.
Tommy Pham's known for that. Everybody hates him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy.
I think my least favorite thing was that they kept him out of the lineup because Max Scherzer was gonna
Yeah,
dot him up with one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I was gonna go right to his head.
Yeah.
definitely.
I was so excited for that. I was ready to watch it too. I hope they sit Scherzer.
What's his name? How about the guy? Wasn't he on the Mariners who threw his bat at the pitcher?
Yeah, Robles.
Yeah. I said to myself, I'm like, we need that in the video game because
Yeah, he's on a rehab too.
yeah, that's wild. Speaking of rehab, Jose Alvarado's now with the Phillies, so that'll be interesting. But he can't play in the postseason, which is a little bit annoying. But,
Oh, why his suspension?
yeah, because of the PED stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw him in Lehigh Valley a couple weeks ago. He actually has been putting up some good numbers, but yeah, I don't know. And then My biggest fear with Philadelphia is just like the consistency with the pitching. Like everybody's concerned about the offense. I think the offense can be fine. We have guys up and down the rotation that can hit the ball. But my biggest fear is just pitching. Like Sanchez has been very good. That's the only one that I can really rely on. Wheeler has the blood clot. I don't know when he's going to be back.
Yeah, it could be a while.
Besides that, like I like Duran. Duran's obviously good. Romano, I hope I never see him in a baseball uniform again.
What happened to him?
I hate him, dude.
He played last night because last night Ranger Suarez played a very good game. After a couple of stretches where Suarez has put up some very rough numbers, he played a very good game last night, and he left midway through an inning, and he was responsible for somebody on a base, I believe, and of course Romano comes in. I swear to God, the first pitch, home run. And as a result with that, it makes Suarez's numbers go down. So he was like all pissed off about it. So,
He pitched 0.1 innings, gave up 2 hits and 2 runs.
Yeah, he played awful. Like I don't know how he's still playing in a baseball uniform for Philly. Like honestly, he is such a horrible pitcher. I'm so sorry, but yeah. Anyways, like I'm a little bit worried about the consistency with the pitching. Suarez has put up good numbers last night, but before that, it's been a little bit concerning. Luzardo, I'm not a huge fan of. Like besides that, it's a lot of other guys where I'm like, I don't know. I like Kerkering, he's okay, but overall, I'm a little bit concerned about the Phillies pitching heading into this postseason. So I'm a little bit about that. But anyhow, that'll do it for this episode of the NordCast. Carter, any final thoughts for us?
Go Birds.
Yeah, go Birds. We got football coming up very soon.
So excited, dude.
Underway. When's the first regular season game? Isn't that
September 4th?
Yeah.
Philly versus Dallas. We get to raise the banner in front of them. So exciting.
We're like what? Because is that a Monday?
Thursday. It's literally the first game of the year.
Yeah, we're like 2 weeks away. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah. And then Jack, any final thoughts?
Bear down, roll Birds, go Hawkeyes.
Go Hawkeyes. We'll have our defenseman consensus list. Carter, all that's ready, right? You did all the 3 of them.
Yeah, I just need Jack's defensemen, wingers, and then I need both of your centers.
Yeah, I haven't.
But you guys can get that to me whenever you guys are ready. Like I don't need them like yet. The templates are all done. So
I'll be working up my center list very soon. Just I'm in the middle of my wingers list right now. But yeah, that'll be it for this NordCast episode. Thank you all for watching. I got a Phillies game to watch. We will see you in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening to yet again another episode of the NordCast. If you enjoyed, please subscribe down below or follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you want to follow us on TikTok, we are at NordCast. If you want to follow us on Instagram or Twitter, follow at NordCast_. That'll do it for this episode. I'm Nordic. Thanks for listening from all the crew, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.